Welcome my assets viewers. This time what we are going to do is that what mistakes small investors do. This is what we are going to see. Why? Because a lot of time we see that the market return and the investors returns are always varying it. Okay, before we are going into the subject, I like to say thanks to all my YouTube viewers because in the last 1 year's time we had 3,50,000 views for all our videos, and our subscription base is closely coming to 13,500 rupees. 13,500. Okay, we are always into finance industry, always rupees keeps coming. So this is what happened. So I like thank you for your support. Please do support us. It helps us to put more number of videos for you. So a lot of innovative topics we put. We don't try to do any sales here, though we are registered distributors, but we don't try to do any sales marketing activities inside the knowledge series because we are only doing it for knowledge transfer. Okay, so now this time we'll see that in the 45 days time between April 1st and May 15th, market has given a fabulous returns. The large cap has given 8.9% return. I'm talking about 45 days return. Okay, absolute return. This is the large cap has given 8.9%. Multi-cap has given 8.7%, multi-cap has given 8.9%, mid-cap has given 9.6%, and small cap has given 6.8%. I'm talking about the top performer. Though there is a variation between top performer and bottom performer, but this is what the trend is happened. What during the same period, I just want to share you, I read an article that's also prompted me to do this video, that it says that in the month of April, the fresh flow into the market has drastically come down. In the previous month, we had 20,500 crore as the flow to the market. Last month, that month, the April month, the flow to the market is oddly around 6,500 crore. So that means 14,500 crore flow has curtailed into the market. During the same period, if you look at it in SIP, the previous month, the total SIP inflows are around 14,278 crore. But whereas if you look at it this month, it is 13,700 crore. So that means close to around 400-500 crore drop in SIP itself. So what small investors do that, depending upon the weather, outside weather, they are trying to decide it. Assume, well, for example, you know that there are a lot of hackers have stops. Okay, the hackers come to the platform and do stall activities most of the time, but during the rainy season they don't come, because rainy season they know that they don't put shop because the hackers, because they know that there will be rain, people will not be step out, they don't buy. But when you are coming to an equity market, you cannot behave like this because 3 months market has not given. We know that from December market is started to correct till March. A lot of corrections have taken place. Because market is keep correcting, you are worrying about I should not invest. What is the problem? Market will correcting means you are getting at a lower rate. Then you have to do. See, that's why if you look at it in the market, the 10-15 years period of time, there are 40-50 beautiful days. If you have missed those 40-50 days, probably your overall return has got impacted. So my advice to investors that you need to continue your SIPs. You don't have any other options, because it's a long-term goals. If your goals is 5 years, 10 years down the lane, what's the problem? Market will go up and down. If you want to stop for that, how you make money? So my advice, you need to continue your SIPs. Assume you are a considerate investor, you don't want to invest bulk. What you can do that, don't worry, put in your liquid fund. From there, liquid fund, do a systematic transfer on a daily basis. There are funds which allow a daily basis. Some funds allows a weekly basis. Select that and then try to use an option. In STP also, you have a selection option. One fund you select on every one. First, every 7th, every 15th, every 21th. That means there is, even in the monthly fund also, you can do a 4-5 types of STP you can do. There are funds which allow daily basis you can do. So in SB account, if you try to keep the money out, thinking that market will correct, I'll go and invest. How much you earn returns? SB account 3.3, 3.25, 3.5% max. Only small finance banks are offering around 6.5 to 7% for SB account. Rest of the nationalized banks or scheduled commercial banks, private payers who are a little bigger, they are all only offer 3.5. You know what is the return in a liquid fund? 6 months liquid fund, high of 3.5%, low of 3.16%. So even if you could have kept the money in liquid fund, try to do STP, you should have still made 3% return on the over a period of time. So that is why my advice to our investors to stay invested. Unless your goal is not there, don't worry about it. Let's see, like I will just tell you, the funds which are all performed, we'll take a small cap funds, because you know that lot of fund managers were very, very negative about small caps. They were not very bullish. Now things are changing. One very seasoned contra fund manager is telling it's a time you need to look for a small cap. Another fund manager is always depends on data for his survival. He strongly believes that in the third quarter or before the fourth quarter, the market will touch all-time high. Assume it is a third quarter, that's you are away, another 6 months away from that. If you are talking about the fourth quarter, you are maybe 7-8 months away from that. So if you are, they are feeling that within this period of time, this funds can try to give, market can try to give a good return, then they can see. Though this World Trade Center also, World Bank is also talking about our GDP to now they slightly increased to 6.7 or 6.8. But the interest are put on pause, and across globe there is a feeling that the interest rates is going to get passed. So there is every likelihood market likely to perform going forward. So don't try to stop it. So now we will try to compare funds. Aditya Birla Small Cap never done a great job in the last 2-3 years time. This point in time when the market is bounced back, they bounced back 10.7% between April 1st and May 15th. During the same period, another fund, Sundaram Small Cap Fund, has delivered only 1% return. So the difference between, if you look at it, 900% difference between the top performer and bottom performers. So this is what happened. So whenever you are trying to continue, just evaluate the funds and try. Please do understand that because the Sundaram for this 45 days is underperformed, I am not telling that Sundaram is bad fund. Please don't get into that conclusion. I'm just for a data, I'm trying to share both the details. Okay. And then let's look at it, a mid cap fund. The top mid cap fund has delivered 9.6%, bottom has delivered 4.5%, that is HSB. Clear 100% difference between top performer and bottom performer during the period of time. You may ask, is it a great idea to compare 45 days and try to talk? I'm not trying to do. Always I'm telling investments are long term. I'm not trying to justify do it on 45 days. Why I'm telling this? As I said earlier, if you miss important 50 days in your investment, or you are in the investment for 10 years, you are 15 years, if you have missed 40-50 important days, your portfolio return could have been dropped by 3-4%. So that is why I'm telling that your goal is far away. Don't stop your SIP. Unless you lost job, you cannot continue SIP. That's a completely different ball game. Don't look at it 6 months, I have not got any return, 1 year I have not got, I want to stop. Don't do that. Now let us look at a mid cap. The top performer has 9.6. I said, as I told you, HSBC mid cap is given 4.5%. Next we'll go to small flexicap. The top flexicap was given, that is Axis Focus. You know that Axis Focus was struggling quite a lot last 2-3 years time. Though they believe a growth style of investments, but they really struggled across the funds. You take mid cap, small cap, flexi cap, whatever the name you say, they have completely underperformed the equity segment. Luckily, this point in time, Axis Focus has bounced back. Now it has given 8.83% return, whereas the Shriram flexi cap has given 4.1%. When you look at large cap, lot of large cap next 50 index have given a fabulous return, because you know that they are allowed to take any weight to any stocks based on their methodology. And also they don't get into cash, they are fully invested, because you know that investors are little jittery, they are withdrawing the money. Lot of diversified funds were holding between 5-10% in cash. That's one of the reasons they underperformed. But even in the large cap space, Taurus large cap fund, that's its very small size, they only have 33 crore, but still they are given 8.68%. During the same period of time, there was 4.16% you got a return for fund of called Quant Focus Fund. Quant Focus Funds have really given 4.1 because why? Because the Adani has dragged them up, and because they had Adani quite exposure, they tried to sell that in March and April, so they made some loss onto that, that's why. So when you look at it, all that, it clearly exhibits that if you try to time the market, you will definitely become a failure. Don't try to do that. My sincere advice to the small investors is that do stay invested on the market to make mistake, because lot of small investors doesn't make market return, because they always, depending upon vagaries of market, they'll try to stop investment. So it's not recommendations, I'm just giving a simple suggestion to you. Please, unless you lost your job or due to financial crunch, you are stopping SIP, it's okay. Unless and until do SIP. If you are little conservative or little worried about market, do lump sum in liquid fund. From there, do a systematic transfer. As I told you, liquid fund itself, 1 year return is given close to around 6% return. So you earn money in liquid funds. When you try to do systematic transfer plan, whatever the market correction, you get a better advantage of that. So please do follow these principles to make mistake. When you want to make market return, should be your return also should be equal and good. Be constant on your investment strategy. Don't keep changing your strategy. This is Suresh Parthasarathy, certified financial planner, founder, Mindset Consultant, signing off. If you are a first timer to this channel, please do look at it, our channel, and then you subscribe to it. If you like the video, do share it. If you want to give a comment, give a comment box. If you want any videos, we can able to help you out there. Bye.